yin and yang symbol of Taoism, the torii from Shinto, the crescent moon and star of Islam, the Star of David, symbol of Judaism, the flaming chalice of Unitarian Universalism, the cross representing Christianity, the thunderbird symbolizing Native American traditions, Om, the universal sound from Hinduism, the eight-spoked wheel of Buddhism representing the Eightfold Path.
The term apiarian is a fancy scientific word referring to bees, kind of like canines or dogs. Apiarians are bees. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I'm going to share this quote from our third American president, Thomas Jefferson. In 1819, he wrote these words, "Were I to be the founder of a new sect, I would call them apiarians. And after the example of the bee, advise them to extract the honey of every sect." Unitarian Universalists do not, as a rule, subscribe to the idea that any one religion in the world has a singular claim to ultimate truth. I would go so far as to say that most of us don't think that any of the religions have a claim to absolute truth. Truth is something you learn and grow and develop through experience and wisdom, much like those bees going to different flowers. We are open to different teachings from different religions and faith traditions. There's something of value in all of those religions and traditions, and we look to those to help guide us. People in our congregations run the gamut. Some people in my congregation are atheists. Many grew up as traditional Universalist Christians. Some are Buddhists, some are Taoist. Many of us, maybe most of us, I certainly fall in this category, find value in various aspects taught by different world religions. And that's one of the reasons that I have chosen this denomination, is the openness to those teachings and the idea that, there's a little of something for everyone. Because the other idea out there is that although most religions were arguably divinely inspired, they were developed through the lens, perhaps through the bias, of human interpretation. Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, many other religions are not today what they were 100 or 500 or more years ago. They grow, they change. Attitudes, society, culture, beliefs, there's some underlying things that are the same, but they also develop. And in our denomination, we try to be open to that development and learning new insights and learning new wisdom and incorporating it into our ethical and spiritual lives. also commonalities, common ground in the world's religions. Let me give you an example of a well-known one, or a religious concept, or an ethical concept that you almost certainly have heard through the lens of many different religions. From Christianity, in everything do unto others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. In Buddhism, it is said, do not offend others as you would not want to be offended. From the Islamic tradition, none of you are true believers until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. From the Jewish faith, what is hateful to you, do not do to your neighbors. This is the whole Torah, or the law. All the rest is commentary. Confucianism. Su Kung asked, is there one word which can serve as the guiding principle for conduct throughout life? Confucius said, it is the word altruism, or shu. Do not do to others what you do not want them to do to you. From Sikhism, I am a stranger to no one, and no one is a stranger to me. Indeed, I am a friend to all. From Taoism, regard your neighbor's gain as your own gain, and your neighbor's loss as your own loss. From Jainism, one should treat all creatures in the world as one would like to be treated. From the Aboriginal spiritual tradition, we are much alive as we keep the earth alive. And finally, from the Wiccan tradition, if it harm none, do what you will. The golden rule is a principle of treating others the way that you want to be treated. It is a maxim found in many religions and across many different cultures and philosophies. I'd like to leave you this week with one of my favorite proverbs. This is from the Hindu tradition. And I want you to, as you hear these words, think of it in terms of what can be gained from a study across the world's different religions and beliefs. There are hundreds of paths up the mountain, all leading to the same place. So it doesn't really matter which path you take. The only person wasting time is the one who runs round the mountain, telling everyone else that his or her path is wrong.